First and foremost, it is illegal from the beginning to the end for any government, especially that of the people's government, calling themselves, we are the people's government, the Patriotic Front. It is illegal. A government cannot introduce a levy midstream, which is, they said clearly it's a tax, without the authority of Parliament. And therefore, I want to tell them to scrap it herewith and dispense with it from today or at the earliest possible without even starting to implement it. It's illegal. They have to seek the authority of the people, and that is through Parliament. And the Minister of Finance should have advised the government. The Attorney General should have advised the government that you just can't wake up and introduce a tax on your people without consulting them. And I'm not saying they should go to Namushakend and consult us. They should go to the people's representative in the House and consult. So it's illegal, and I'm advising them as former Minister of Finance. I want to also tell this government that they have been sleeping for a long time and have allowed MTN, Zamtel, and Celtel, Airtel so-called, to rob the people of Zambia. Each time we buy bundles, these companies will get them to expire at the end of the month. For example, to be very specific, if you go to the Airtel platform, they will ask you to buy bundles, which are either voice bundles or data bundles. And they will tell you, buy 2,000 units or whatever, and it will expire by midnight. Whether you use it or not, whether it was 500 kwacha or 1 kwacha, if you don't use those bundles by midnight, the money goes to the purse of these telecommunications providers. Zigta is snoring, not even saying no, these exorbitant charges are too much. People are moving from voice communication to data communication, which is not even free. To be able to be on the internet, on the phone, you have to buy data bundles. Madam Dola Syria, internet in this country is not free. Wi-Fi is not free. To access WhatsApp, to access Facebook, you first have to load your phone with money. You have to key in. If you have 1,000 kwacha, you split it between voice bundles, which means voice communication, which you are saying people are moving away from, or data bundles. And if you are on platforms like Airtel, Zamtel, or MTN, they are the most expensive in the region. In South Africa, the communication agency has told all telephone providers to stop getting the bundles to expire by the month end. But here, bundles expire every minute. They can tell you, buy data bundles for 10 minutes. Meaning, if you don't use them within 10 minutes, the money is given to the provider, takes the money. And the government should have woken up to the theft that these providers are conducting on us. Now, instead of controlling these providers, Airtel, MTN, and Zamtel, and whoever else, the government has joined and is colluding with the providers to steal money from the public. It is not right. What I see here from the side of cabinet is that truly they don't understand what is involved in this country's cost structures. For example, how does any minister of communications, God forbid, stand up and say, we want to save jobs in MTN and Airtel? How can you not think of the cost of doing business in this country, especially by phone? How much does it cost a Zambian to call South Africa, to call Europe, whether it is by internet or by voice call? It is the most expensive destination for any business person. And that's what should be the concern of our government. It shouldn't be to save money for the MTN. I mean, MTN is an international company. Why is it that in South Africa, they've told them not to cancel the value of data bundles at the month end and allow them to carry on? Why do you think that in this country, we should pay and get our bundles to expire, and also you put an extra tariff to save the jobs in the telecommunication sector? Have they told you that they are losing jobs? I was on air a couple of months ago, and I've been very quiet, observing peacefully. I was on air, I said, this country is bankrupt. And the sooner we face reality and go back to the table and start redrawing our economic plan, the better. The now Minister of Finance said that people like Edith Nawakwi are completely unpatriotic. I want to be told, what is the patriotism in taxing your people without the authority of government? Up to this day, I challenged the Minister of Finance and I said, if you think that we are unpatriotic, those of us who are commenting on economics, please get the IMF to sit with you and conclude the paperwork. Up to this day, there is no agreement from the International Monetary Fund or from other multilateral agencies. So it is important to accept that things are not well. And then you can come to us nicely and say, one of the ways of raising money is this particular one. And we will agree with you and say, okay, where else can we raise money? But don't put butter on our face and pretend that you want to save jobs which don't exist. How many jobs has the MTN got? In any case, Facebook is paid for from outside. I mean, WhatsApp is paid for from outside. Do you have any investment in Facebook or WhatsApp or Vibes? Zero. In other countries, you get to the airport, you open your phone and you access free Wi-Fi. At this airport here, hey, you first have to go to the stand of MTN and buy bundles and load before you can even send any internet. You have to be carrying around a dongle. There's no place here where you have free internet. I just heard the now mayor of Lusaka campaigning that we are going to get free Wi-Fi. First, put free Wi-Fi and say, look, we have put free Wi-Fi for maintenance of this equipment. Please, can you contribute a certain way? But don't come in the night like a thief in the night, a thief in the night, and say that you justify theft. This is outright theft by government of resources from its own people. The same way the police are stealing from us. Look at this policeman. If just one roadblock, you can, in 1 hour, the police collect for their pockets of almost 3,000 kwacha. How about the many roadblocks that are littered around this country? How can you think that you can squeeze your people beyond the limit like this and think that people are going to keep quiet? And this is basically the fault of all of us Zambians. When things are like this are done, I heard someone saying, oh, it's an SI, so what can we do? An SI is just written and signed by the minister. It's not even legal. When it goes to the delegated committee on the committee on delegated registration, I'm sure the people's representative will find it illegal and it should have been withdrawn from the day that it started. Look, this is not a revenue measure by government. This is a revenue measure by government, but to the extent that they have not passed it through parliament, through the budget, it is illegal and they should withdraw it right away. These ministers, they really like to mislead the public and they think that people are just going to continue to be quiet. I think that I've said enough. I've advised you, withdraw it. You are stealing from the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well spoken. To the point.